Bismillah, Alhamdulillah, wassalatu wassalam ala Rasulillah, as-salaamu alaykum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. Still, Eid Mubarak. This is the second day of Eid. Today, we are looking at true life stories, a true life account of someone who had a dream, and by the will of Allah, it led him to accept Islam. And this is not the first time we're seeing this. We've experienced it before. There was someone who I knew who had a dream also about Jesus, and he even dreamt. And the way I knew that his dream was authentic, inshallah, was because I even asked him, how was the complexion of Jesus in his dream? And he gave the exact complexion of Jesus that was explained in the hadith, which is he was close to olive. He was not white. He was not super white as they make him look. Sometimes they make him look Irish and make him look like super white person. Billah. May Allah guide the Christians to Islam. We want what is good for them, and we continue to advise them before it's too late. Ameen. So let's go. Shaikh Falaah Isma'eel, rahimahullah, is dead now. So at that time, this report was made. Shaikh Falaah Isma'eel recently relayed a heart-melting story that may interest you. When the Sheikh visited Holland, he was of course met by Muslims from Holland, and they told him, if you had come 2 weeks earlier, you would have seen it yourself. We prayed over this man. Then they told him the following story. What follows is not verbatim, but a summary with some explanations so as to clarify some terms that may be new to non-Muslims. So what follows is not verbatim, it's not in the exact words, but it's a summary, right? Good. So it didn't come in the exact words. What follows is just a summary. So we continue. He was a 26-year-old Christian from Holland. One day, he changed his dress to thobes, a burnoose. A burnoose, it's like a long cloak, a hooded cloak, known to be worn by the Arabs and maybe some Asian people, maybe. One day he changed his dress to thobes, a burnoose, grew a beard, and the people started calling him the one who looks like Jesus. One day he met some Muslims and he said to them, I love Jesus. And the Muslims told him, we also love Jesus, and it is even a condition of Islam. We love Jesus and Moses. So this man tried to imitate Jesus, helping others when he could, cutting their lawns, not laws, lawns, cutting their lawns and the like. After 2 years, he entered the mosque, the masjid, the Muslims' place of worship, for the first time, and he was greeted with ahlan, which means welcome, and thus was not greeted with the greeting reserved for Muslims, as-salaamu, alaykum, which means may peace and safety be upon you on the day of judgment. He said, no, I want to be a Muslim. Then the Muslims witnessed his testimony, pronounced Shahada. There is none deserving of worship except Allah, and Muhammad والسلام, is his servant and messenger, and Jesus is his servant and messenger, taught him the basics and taught him how to pray. He began praying in congregation with them, not missing a single congregation. Then one day he noticed that the other Muslims were arriving at the mosque after him, so he asked for a key to the masjid. The masjid is the mosque, and he was given one. The Muslims then observed that not only was he opening the masjid, but additionally he was routinely found in optional prayer whenever they entered the masjid for the dawn prayer. They would enter and find him already engaged in the worship of God, worship of Allah. Then one day he told the Muslims how he decided to become Muslim. He said he had a dream about Jesus, the son of Mary, and Jesus said to him, be Muslim, be Muslim, be Muslim. He said, I woke up and a few days later I had the same dream. This happened 3 times. The Sheikh objected and said, this is success from Allah. Allahu Akbar. So after having prayed for 20 days with the other Muslims, he died. Allahu Akbar. May God have mercy on him. May Allah have mercy on him. This is the mercy of God, and God saved him from dying upon other than Islam. This is sidq. That's truthfulness. He truly loved Jesus, so he became a Muslim. Allah guided him to become a Muslim because he was truthful in his love for Jesus. If one is truthful in his love for Jesus and is following Jesus, then this should lead him to the true religion of Jesus, which is Islam, and should lead him to following whom Jesus commanded to be followed after him, which is Muhammad alayhi salatu wasalam, the seal of all prophets. After all, the religion of all the prophets was Islam, and their creed was the same, and their message was the same, and they confirmed each other. It is only the deviant who have distorted the message of the previous prophets, and thus God promised to preserve his last revelation, the Quran, from corruption. May Allah guide us. And we stop here. Subhanaka Allahumma bihamdik. Ashhadu an la ilaha illa ant. Wa astaghfiruka wa atubu ilayk. As-salaamu alaykum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.